Hey everyone, it's Teacher Appreciation Week, and I want to shout out my grandmother, Margaret Watson. She has moved to a different realm, the spiritual realm. She's no longer physically present with us, but definitely remember her. Always felt loved by my grandma, and she lived and was born in Portsmouth, Virginia. She was a teacher in segregated Virginia for many years, and that was a respected profession for Black women in that community and in many parts of the South during segregation. So when I was a child, I remember my mom telling me that her family was respected for the simple fact that my grandmother, her mother, was a teacher. So as a little girl, 5 years old, me hearing this always gave me such respect for teachers because, I learned later what segregation meant, and for these teachers every day to be educating the masses of Black students in segregation, they did it with such pride under such circumstances, such hard circumstances, where I remember seeing pictures of the teachers and I thought that they were going to church. And my mom told me, no, they were going to school, but they were dressed like it was Easter Sunday with gloves, matching suits, nice suits, like with the below your knee and the heels, real heels, not kitten heels, like real heels, hats. They every day were showing up like that. So it's just amazing. And again, as a little girl, I probably embellished it more than it actually was, and saw the pictures, and maybe that was not a regular school day. Maybe it was a graduation or assembly at the school. I don't know, but in my little girl mind, that's what I just put teachers on a pedestal. So that's just how I grew up. My great aunt was a principal in that same segregated community, and she chose not to have kids because she was not able to, as a principal, as a woman principal at that time. I don't know how it was all over the US, but in that community, at least, she was not allowed to have a child and be a principal. So she chose not to have kids to be a principal. My aunt was also a teacher. My parents were not teachers, but again, I just had so much respect for teachers and still do. And I just appreciate the energy of, I'm going to do what I can anyway. These are the women that I come from, and they, at least my grandmother and my great aunt, and my aunt, all went to Fayetteville State University. It's a historically Black college in North Carolina, and my grandmother and great aunt had to go there. And I know some of you know what HBCUs are, but to those of you who don't know, historically Black colleges and universities produce the most Black doctors, lawyers, judges, scientists in the country. And there are over 100 of these colleges, universities still in existence. But I'm explaining this because some people, I've got the question years ago in person, someone asked me, why do we still have HBCUs? They didn't know the history and why they were established. It was because my grandmother, as a Black woman, was not allowed to go to a predominantly white college or university. So she had no choice but to go to a historically Black college. So her and her sister and my aunt all went to Fayetteville State University. Anyway, I really appreciate my grandmother. Rest in peace. And there's many people that influenced why I became a teacher, and she's definitely one of them through my mom. So have a good day.